I think we did a fairly good job, because there were delays along the way at the creek coming down from a fogey on top, and that can become a bottleneck, which is unfortunate. So we probably lost about 20 minutes to half an hour there, but the rest of it was okay. Difficult walk up the ridge, that wasn't easy at all, coming up from the Kargi village. But we all got into lunch, as I said, at a reasonable time, and pretty close to where we're camped, which is the bomber site, and that's where the American bomber came in, and subsequently they recovered the body, but then later on the demolition people came in, and there was some unexploded bombs which they got rid of after that. Okay, what are we going to do tomorrow? The main group is going to go over and have a look at Big Myola 2, some people call it, but the locals call it Big Fella Myola, and that is pretty vast. It's got most people think, even though there are other views, that it's a caldera, a sunken caldera, which must have had so much acid and other materials in it that nothing's grown there in that volcanic area since. So there's the vegetation is very different. There are two of them. There's a little one not far from here, but we won't be seeing that tomorrow. We'll just go over the big one, and they airdropped in both places. So it was Bert Kinzel that cut a path across here, because this was taboo land, because this country was so different, it was so open, that he cut a path from there, from the Kokoda Trail, which I pointed out to you today, isn't the one we were on. It went up near Mount Bellamy from Kargi on the other side, and I think I pointed that out to most of you. So it's quite a long time, and he just about had to put a gun to the head of the porters, because they were so fearful to come into this area. So this was a totally new area, and we'll have a look at that. They put a landing strip down there in the Second World War. I'll talk a little bit about that so you can see that. And at both areas they did airdropping, which really was the only way the Australians could have advanced. Where we were today on that main logistic track, which wasn't there pre-Second World War, but that's part of the track that Kinzel put in, was that the soldiers had come there and they'd bivouac along there, and they'd get their rations and they'd get their ammunition going along the logistic trail there. And we might have a look at the map later and see where all of these things were, but they were very new in the Second World War. So was airdropping, of course, but I'll talk a bit more about that tomorrow when we get to Lake Myola. Okay, so after the main group go there, there's a hunting track which we will take along it's really along the rim of the caldera, and we'll go and link up with the track that a couple of you will be taking. I think maybe 5, and it's not a bad idea. It's a bigger track, the one we're on today, and we'll meet up at lunchtime tomorrow at First Crossing, which some people call Templeton's 1. But Templeton's Crossing is where we're going to stay tomorrow night. We'll be going across from First Crossing, or Templeton's 1 to Templeton's Crossing, and that takes about an hour and a half, something like that, and that's where we will be. Hopefully around 3 in the afternoon, something like the time we got here. And it's right on Yora Creek, so we follow, once we go over the top here along that hunting track, and we'll go to the highest point that we will be crossing tomorrow. Once we go down the other side, we follow the Yora Creek Valley down to Kokoda, and we'll be doing various things along the way there. So it's the Yora Creek Valley that has the Kokoda Trail there going along. Okay, that's what's going on tomorrow, so I hope that's all okay. If anybody wants any clarification now, just ask. Right, okay.